Hi guys, it's Jackie from techjackie.com. Welcome to a video on SEO. First of all, if you're brand to this channel, make sure you press the subscribe button below so when I release a new SEO video like this, you get notified. In today's video, I'd like to discuss on a topic of how to do better SEO and get better SEO results, more consistent SEO results, and a long-term SEO results in 2025 and moving forward. And the goal is to embrace the science, right? So for those of you who don't know about me, my name is Jackie Owen. I'm the founder of Tech Jackie, my SEO kind of like little agency, you can call it like that. This is my website, techjackie.com. You can check out all my SEO case studies. I have over more than, I don't know, 20 SEO case studies, which kind of proves my legitimacy over the past, 5 years doing SEO professionally, right? So I also have many of my SEO case study videos on my YouTube channel. If you want to learn SEO results driven, basically no fluffs, make sure you follow me, subscribe, and listen to me whatever I'm gonna tell you, because I get SEO results. So without further ado, let's get started, right? So over the past few years, I think 2-3 years, SEO has become so much more difficult than before. There's a lot of randomness going on. Rankings are not like, getting SEO traffic isn't as easy as before. I mean, yeah, if you could pump out like 10,000 AI articles and get a few um, like temporary results, that's fine. But when I'm talking about long-term SEO results, SEO for competitive space, in competitive spaces, more consistent results, right? SEO has become more like inconsistent over the past few years. A lot of people hired SEO agencies, hire SEO guys, and they hardly get results or very temporary results. And the goal is, we want to do a better SEO. So the goal is, how can we do that? The idea is to embrace the science, right? We cannot just do SEO just like a typical old days of optimizing a few title tags, H1, H2, and add in a few keywords, build a few backlinks, and then it's done. You have to embrace the science. You have to take it to the next level. And this video isn't just for, basically, it is for everyone, but may not be ideal for beginners, because let's say you're just beginner in SEO, then you might find this video a little bit confusing. But if you're, let's say, you've been doing SEO a bit for a while, and starting getting to see some, start to understand a lot of stuff about SEO, then this video is definitely for you. So what I mean by embrace the science here, so in this video I'll guide you through how you can do SEO using science, right? It's not going to be everything into that, but it's at least going to give you some guidelines, some frameworks that you can use to follow and to use science, incorporate science into doing your SEO. So what's the first thing, right? The first thing, so actually, let me backtrack a little bit. Before getting to what are the steps you can do SEO using science, let me first kind of give you the overall picture of what you need to be doing. Like, what is the outcome we're going to get, right? So let's say, um, your goal is to basically come up with a universal ranking strategies and techniques, right? So our goal to achieve is to come up with universal ranking strategies and techniques. So this is the end goal that we try to achieve. What I mean by this is, so your goal is, let's say you have a many website you're going to be working on, right? Or let's say you're just a business owner, so you're an affiliate marketers, and you found something working, right? You found something working, then you start implementing on this website, you see the results. Start implementing on this website, you see results. And if you can implement the same strategies or technique over and over again to multiple websites, and you see results on different keywords, different competition level, then it means that this is a valid strategy, right? This is a valid technique. Okay. Now it can be a little bit difficult or challenging for those who are just working on one website, let's say you're a business owner or something like that. So in this case, I recommend you, having your one main website as the first priority. But also I recommend you build out at least 2 to 3 little websites so you can basically try to prove the strategies that you found, any strategies, right, and try to replicate it. If you can do that, then you have found a universal ranking strategies. And this is just one thing. Okay, when we do SEO, we do many things. So your goal is to find out different things, like 1, 2, 3, 4 in different areas, like on page, off page, technicals, combine it into one big grand strategies, and then use it throughout to all these websites, right? This is your end goal. This is what you try to achieve from these strategies. So this is your goal. So how do you actually work your way to get or to achieve this goal in the first place? So here's the steps that you need to be doing, right? The first step is to always, what I like to do is perform single variable experiments, right? This is the first thing that will help basically get you to this goal. Now, what does single variable experiment mean, right? Single variable experiment means, so what do you mean by this is, let's say you first come up with a theory. So let me open up another notepad here. So how to do single variable experiment, right? Single variable experiment. Like, I'm not gonna get into full detail of how you do this, but your goal is to first come up with a strategy. Second, create test pages, on fake keywords. Third is to test out your come up with the theory, I would say theory, and then test out your theory by making one change at a time, right? So in this way, on Google search results, right? So these are the three main ways of how you can perform single variable experiment. So for example, right, let's say you think about the way, let's say adding a keyword. So let's say your theory is having main keyword on the left of the title tag helps, right? Help rank better. Okay, so you come up with a theory. So let's say you have a theory of, let's say having your main keyword on the left of the title tag helps rank better. Is it true? We don't know. But what we're going to do, we're going to perform a single variable experiment and try to see if this works. So next step is we're going to create test pages on fake keywords. I recommend you create at least 4 to 5 pages. So you're going to create arbitrary test pages, about, let's say, 5 pages. And these are all going to contain fake keywords, right? It's going to contain fake languages. Now, for languages, you can obviously use things like lorem ipsum. So if you search for lorem ipsum, you find, a bunch of gibberish words that doesn't make any sense. But the thing here is, a lot of people have been using lorem ipsum already, so Google might have already been catching to this. I recommend you find something like ancient languages, right? Ancient language, something like that. A language that are not really in use at the moment, or hardly any in use. So find out, let's say one of these languages are there, these characters and stuff like that. Find a website that generates this type of language, and then you generate like 5 random HTML web pages. All are the same thing, same word count, same format, same everything. Okay, and then you're gonna make one simple change, right? One single change, right? Because you're gonna basically make it a single variable. So let's say your theory was that having main keyword on the left of the title helps rank better. That's your theory. So let's say this is your target page. So you're gonna have your main keyword at the left hand side of this, and the rest you're gonna have it on the right side, or maybe in the middle or something like that. And then you're going to index these pages on Google search results. Then what you do, you're going to search for these fake keywords that you make up. So the fake keyword, right? Fake keyword can be something like, this random gibberish words, right? So you're going to search this word, and there are only going to be 5 of these results that come up. because you're the only ones who are ranking for this fake keyword. And if this one ranks on the top, what does it mean? It means your theory is correct. Otherwise, you need to try to understand why it doesn't go that way. Another recommendation is you have to wait for at least 1 to 2 days for things to settle after indexing as well. So that's also one thing to keep in mind. As I said, we're not going to go too much detail on this, but there are many things you can perform single variable experiment on. Obviously, not everything, not every theory can be tested using single variable experiment. So that kind of brings us to the next thing that you can also do is minimal change to a website for testing. So this is not exactly single variable experiment. Oh, and by the way, the reason why we're doing single variable experiment is because SEO has so many variables, right? You change 2-3 things, it's already like, if you use real keywords and you try to rank for it, the problem here is there's going to be so many variables already that you cannot even distinguish what really works. But the goal of single variable experiment is to just make one single change and see if that really affects anything, right? So you try to isolate other variables, okay? Our goal is to basically isolate as many variables as possible, which also leads us to this second way is minimal change to website for testing. This also something I like to do because some experiments, some theory cannot be done using single variable experiment. For example, a lot of off-page theories, right? Like let's say you build backlinks, something like that. Sometimes, yes, you can do, but sometimes there's really no official way. Like, for example, internal linking, right? Internal linking can also be a little bit difficult to do in single variable experiment. So you want to use one little website that you build out. We call it like test website on a very easy keyword, right? So what I mean by that is, so first is build a simple website on easy keyword. Number 2 is test out your theory by making as minimal change as possible. So this is not a completely single variable experiment, but let's say you want to test if a certain type of backlink works. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna record. Let's say you try to rank for cleaning Henderson, right? So you're gonna try to rank for cleaning Henderson. So let's say this is your keyword. You build out a very simple local website, try rank for this. Let's say your test website is, let's say, on page 3. Then you build that type of backlink to that keyword and wait, right? We're not going to make any changes to this website. And because it's on a very easy keyword, there's going to be very less volatile. There's going to be very less changes happening in these type of local, easy type keywords, right? So your ranking is going to stay stable for a very long time until you add new variable, that is your backlink. And then you wait a little bit for about 2 to 3 weeks. You observe the ranking position change and everything, and then you note it. If this works, then you're going to repeat it again on other website or other page on your website. If it works, then if it works at least 2 to 3 times, then you know that this theory is valid, right? And it can be performed. So this is also another thing you want to keep in mind, is minimal change to website for testing. This is also another good way to help you basically test out stuff and see if it works or not, right? And the last thing that you can also do is to basically observe on a variety of keywords and niches. So observation technique is quite the least trusted method, but it's at least good in some of the cases where you cannot really test things out, right? So first, what you're gonna do is you're gonna find at least 5 to 10 keywords of different niches. Then you're gonna search for those keywords and observe everything, right, from on page to off page to technical, or whatever it is that that you try to achieve, right? And then look for pattern, right? Look for pattern. This is the least trusted way of doing things, but at least by searching 5 to 10 keywords of different niches, different competition level, you're basically getting more data out of your own niches or keywords, right? Always try to look at other niches and try to understand what's going on there, right? Which you can also do some kind of like correlation studies and all that, but it's not needed because that you kind of need a lot of data. But still, these are the three main things that you can use or you can do to basically use the science. Now to support this, so to support SEO science, what we're gonna do is we also gonna so not just by doing, we're also gonna read, learn, study the search engine technologies, right? So what I mean by this is, okay, this part is about action, doing experiments, observations, trying to come up with the universal ranking strategies so you can rank your website better. But besides that, there's also a way you also need to kind of read, to learn, to study the search engine technologies, the patents, the research papers, try to search up on on Google search, try to look up for trends of how search engines are evolving, what are the technologies that they're kind of be using in the background, stuff like that. And why do you need this? To help support your actions, to help you come up with theories, right? Because remember, everything starts from a theory, okay? A theory of what could be working, what could not be working, then test it out, then observe them out, right? And I'm not just bragging this, because if you just say search for SEO coaching, which one of the main one of the keywords I've been ranking for a very long time actually, and I can show you this. I'm ranking number 3 in the US search result. You can even notice my title is a little bit different, why I'm writing it this way. If you click on my page, you'll notice on the first glance it doesn't look so much different from others, but if you notice why my H1 is like this, why I'm writing things in this way, why I'm using this or that, I don't know, you might spot some of the things I have used here which are not used in anywhere else, right? Okay, so this is also the proof, one of the proof that I'm showing you live here, that SEO science work, right? You need to be using science to your SEO, because doing SEO traditional way, it doesn't work anymore. You need to be, you need to always stay curious. You need to always think about the theories. You need to always read, learn, study the search engine technologies, the patent, the research papers, and you need to basically try come up with things to perform experiment on, use your test websites, observe from other niches. And once you start doing all this over and over, over time, right, over some period of time, you start getting a ranking strategies, what you should be doing in on page, off page, technical, all these kind of stuff, right? Because this is your goal. Your goal is to come up with a universal ranking strategies and techniques, right? To be able to use that set of strategy, apply to any type of website and get consistent result, right? So this is not a long video here. What I'm trying to kind of show you is to challenge you to think of SEO in a new way, to challenge you to go out there and start being more curious, to challenge you to start embracing the science and to use it to your own advantage. SEO is, if you want to take SEO to the next level, you cannot just do it the traditional way. You cannot just follow what people say. You have to experiment, you have to test things out, and you need to do them in a proper structural way, right? And yeah, if you want to get access to a lot of these of my SEO findings and how I do things, I provide SEO coaching, as you can see here. I also provide SEO service as well if you want to get results using this SEO science and how I do things. These are all my case studies. I have all my videos, YouTube case studies on my YouTube channels. If you want to ask any questions, just feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. Trying to answer them as soon as possible. That's all for it. Thank you for watching, and always remember, embrace the science. Thank you for watching.